All right, so we officially got the car. The papers are signed. Look at this, they gave us even a nice red bow. There's this stupid paper here. I'm gonna remove it because it's annoying. So now, let's go drive it. Okay, first impression, I couldn't close the door. What the hell is going on? Or maybe that's how the door sounds. Oh, now it closed. Nothing new, you know, Tesla has its own problems with alignment. Oh, fuck. There is no seat controls. So what do I do it now? Seat. Okay, that's down, backward. Down and up doesn't work.
No. You're changing the focus. So.
Okay. Okay, that's weird. So I know what I'm going to use the sexy buttons for. The seat controls, that's a must. I have no idea how to do it now. I think that's okay. Where's the save button? Oh, here. Save. Is that easy entry? There's no easy entry because the wheel doesn't move anymore. So that's another thing we need to do. An automation for this car called easy entry. All right. There's a stock which is nice. As you know, we're big fans of the stock, and it's the same one also on the Highland and the original Model Y Juniper. To be honest, my first impression from the seats is they're pretty comfortable. They don't feel like you're in an old car at all, but I'm gonna give you more feedback when we drive a little bit longer because we have a 1,000 kilometer trip back home. But as a brand new car, you're always gonna get this calibration for the autopilot. That's gonna take about 10 minutes or so, and when it's ready, we can test it. This is one of the big benefits that I wanna talk about, that here in Europe, when you get the Model Y standard, you're gonna have an autopilot, or the basic version, which is called auto steer. In America, you don't have it. You only have cruise control, which is gonna maintain the distance and the speed, but never gonna take a turn. Here, I can put it on and just enjoy a peaceful ride without having to maneuver at all with my vehicle. It's not FSD, but it's still very, very helpful. Everybody has seen that the front LED bar is gone. A lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. It's all up to you. I personally like to have the bar. Without it, it's still okay. The headlights, they're not matrix anymore. Yeah, that's a bummer. The matrix lights cost a lot, so they cut cost on this. It's just a standard low beam, high beam system. The wheels are 18-inch, and here in Europe you cannot buy bigger size. It's only 18. At least they're coming still with the Hankook tires, which is nice. I'm not sure in America if they're gonna come with Michelin or something else, but 18-inch variant is the only one available. In America, these mirrors are not electrical, so you need to fold them and unfold them by hand, which is silly. I haven't seen a car in the past 20 years to be done with a manual folding mirrors, but here in Europe there are electrical ones, which is great. Thank you, Tesla, we appreciate that. From this side backward, there's basically almost no changes. Everything is the same as on the Juniper. The only big difference is this part right here. Also, this gap right here looks kind of really big for me, but I hope there's not going to be any liquid going inside. There's not going to be any condensation happening. That's how it used to happen on the older models. On the newer ones, I haven't seen it, so hopefully this one is going to stay the same. The good part about this car is that it has hardware 4 cameras. It's probably hard for you to see, but if you see this little red light inside, or like a reddish tone to it, that's a hardware 4 camera, which is always nice to see. And also there's a front bumper camera, which is right here. That was one of the biggest requests by many. Tesla hasn't put it in their older models and people were complaining a lot, but on this car it's back and people really, really like it. The wiper blades look pretty much the same. To be honest, I haven't looked on the premium version if they look different or not, but this one look kind of the same to me. And that's pretty much it from the exterior. I like it. The white color is nice. To be honest, Juniper white color with a red light bar here is my favorite option, but I would drive this car in a heartbeat. Do you have the card?
Yes, you have the vignette and something to it.
Oh my god, what the hell is this? That's big.
That's right. I think it's good.
Okay, if you're watching this video and you're from Austria, what the hell is this? Is it like a cheese bread or something? Looks weird. But hey, let's have a quick snack and keep driving. Let's go over the interior part. So one of the first big changes you're gonna see is this. So Tesla has always had this great panoramic roof. Here is gone. It's like some type of fabric, but it's not bad, you know. It's actually good. It's very plush. The weird thing is that you still have a glass on top, but not underneath. So what I've read is that this glass might be not double glazed and also doesn't have the protective filters from the sun, which makes it cheaper. But to keep the cabin cooler, they just put the fabric here, and theoretically that's going to even give you more range because you're going to be using less AC to cool down your car. Not sure if that's true. To be honest, I prefer to have a panoramic roof on top, but I'm not sure who is the actual buyer of this vehicle. I'm not sure if a family person is going to buy it, or maybe it's going to be bought by taxi or Uber companies and things like this, because again, it's very affordable. Here in Europe it's 40,000 euros. The premium version starts from 50,000 euros, so that's 10,000 difference. That's a lot. Other thing inside, yes, there's a lot of fabric everywhere. This actually looks absolutely the same as on the other models. And the other big change, as I said, are the seats. So half of it it's leather, the other half is fabric, but it's actually good because I like that it's darker tone. I see all these small things that are annoying me, and one of the thing is the cup holder. That is crazy. That's like an American sized cup holder where wherever you put inside, it's never gonna stay here. So I'm pretty sure a lot of companies are gonna come up with some solutions for this, just like on the older Model 3 and Y. Also, as you can see, the center console is completely changed. It looks a little bit more industrial, like you're gonna put like a toolbox here, or maybe you're gonna put a bag, which is gonna be useful for some people. You know who is not gonna be useful for? For us, because there's no place to put the knob. And that's why we're actually buying this car. We want to see how we can redesign our knob for this vehicle so it fits perfectly in it, because again, a Tesla without a knob, it's not the same. Let's see what else is happening inside. So there's some type of tutorial that I need to go through. I don't think I've actually seen this one before. Oh, I like it. Okay. Seat adjustment. Obviously they need to teach you how to do this. I guess there's a shortcut right here for it. So you can move the seat just like your air vent, I assume. Does it move?
Yes, it moves.
Oh, nice. What is this? Is this lumbar support? Do you feel it?
Yes.
Okay, nice. They left the lumbar support. So you can also do it with the scroll wheel. So scroll to switch between driver seat controls. So I assume you just change the focus and then decide which one to move, which is pretty interesting. I like this type of gamification. It's nice. So you still can create a profile and save it here. You can also do it for the passenger, but you have a little bit less control. So you can only go forward, back, and you can lean forward and back. That's pretty much it. You don't have the lumbar, and you cannot move the cushion up and down. One great thing is that you still have the seat heating. The steering wheel, though, it's not electrical anymore. It's controlled by this handle right here. That's really old school. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, you know what, I don't use it that much anyway. But me, as a bigger guy, I love the easy entry feature of Tesla, because the steering wheel was moving forward and up. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to do this for me, so I need to figure out how to lose weight, I guess. Let's move forward. Homepage layout. All right, that's pretty basic. It gives you the basic controls. We all already know them. The maps, if you haven't used the maps, what can you see on it? This is all well known, nothing new here. Connect to Wi-Fi, there's no Wi-Fi here. And temperature numbers. Okay, that's how to control the temperature, which is one of my most annoying things. That's why I use the knob for. You have chill and standard. I will never use chill mode in this car. And deceleration. So this is the regen mode, basically. They call it deceleration. It's standard, it's 100%, reduced is 50%. Especially now during winter time, a lot of people, in the Nordic countries love lowering the region below 50%, which is available through all our sexy products. So if you're not aware, make sure to check out the videos that we have on the channel. You're gonna see a lot of cool features that we make for all Tesla. But now, let's see if the navigation works. We need to go in park. So we are going to Budapest. Budapest, Hungary. We're going to be traveling through there all the way back home. So right now it tells us that we're going to arrive at minus 10%. It's 250 kilometers. The car tells us that it has for 350. How are we going to arrive at 10%? Well, only Tesla knows. We just entered Hungary and we are about to stop for the first time to charge this car. So right now our commander shows that the battery is at 15 degrees Celsius. By the way, we have been driving for almost 100 kilometers and 15 degrees Celsius is very low. Let's try to preheat it. So we have a function right here which if I press this button, it should start preheating it. And there you have it. We are at the superchargers. We are 39% state of charge. We have been preheating the battery for about 22 minutes and we raised it by almost 20 degrees, just a little bit under 20 degrees. So it's 32.3 degrees Celsius. Dimitri said, let's go plug it in and see what the result is going to be. Again, this is an LFP battery. Technically, it can go up to 175 kilowatt hours. However, if this is the blade battery, we might see this number even at 39% state of charge. And there you have the first official supercharging experience for the new Model Y Standard. We're ramping up. All right, I believe that's going to be the maximum. I still see the temperature of the battery is not rising higher. I believe for the LFP we need about 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. So we are under this, so that's why we're not going to get the full speed. But 145 at 41%, that's not that bad. I believe if we come next time at a higher temperature, we might see even higher speeds. All right, we've been charging for about 20 minutes. Let's see how far we have reached. So it was about 39% state of charge and we at 93.27 kilowatts at the moment. That's pretty good. That's really, really fast. This battery, I feel like it's charging much faster than the older LFP batteries. Next time I'm going to be charging, I'm going to be sitting in the car also to track the progress. But we have a new plan now. We're charging all the way up to 100% because we're going to try to reach our final goal, which is going to be Romania. So we're going to try to go to Timișoara, which is, let's see, 424 kilometers away or 5 hours of driving. So this car technically should do over 500 kilometers, or at least that's how much Tesla claims it on their website. You know Tesla and you know their numbers. That's impossible to do, but maybe we're going to be able to do 424. I haven't seen any range test with this car so far. If we're going to be the first one to do it, we need to set a record because I feel like we can do it. So we're going to charge to 100%, which means we need to stay here for, let's say, another 5 minutes. We're going to let it calibrate at the same time and then we're off to go. There is no rear screen anymore. I'm not sure if you're able to see it. They have removed it because that's a huge saving cost for them.
There is difference in the seats. I can show you.
Wait.
There is a small latch that you have to pull, and then you pull it manually down.
That's how we do it?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's cheap.
It's with this one here.
No way, no button, no nothing there on top? Wow,
Yes.
What about the armrest?
The armrest is, I believe, the same.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
true.
no, wait.
I think this is it. I don't think there is
Oh, yes, this is it. Okay, this is it. Yes.
Wow, that's cheap. Well, Tesla Model Y Standard. Go check the trunk and the front because we haven't showed you this yet, but I'm pretty sure all of you have seen it already somewhere online. Wow, the sound was horrible. The trunk, it's still spacious. I don't think it has any change from the other models. However, there's no subwoofer anymore, so you have a little bit more space here. You still have the space in the back. Speaking about the subwoofer, you only have 7 speakers inside, not like the premium version, which has 15. However, I believe the Tesla's sound quality has always been great. So the trunk is still closed by this button right here, which is nice to see. By the way, I don't think this door is working well. Look, I'm gonna try to close it, and it doesn't close this. I need to slam it, which is insane. Why would I slam it? But speaking about slamming, look at this. What is this? Come on, this looks cheap. This looks cheap, and this looks reused. Do you see it? I feel like they took this from somewhere or 3D printed it, because this is well polished, but this is not. I have no idea what's happening here. And here, it feels like some panels are missing. All right, we're almost done charging. I'm gonna swap the meter. He's gonna take a little break, maybe take a few hour nap, and I'm gonna be driving all the way up to Timisoara. Wish us luck. The glass. It's not double glazed anymore. On the standard version, it is single glazed, and it's everywhere like this. Even this one right here. I'm going to try to maintain about 110 kilometers an hour until our next destination, because again, I'm doing a kind of realistic range test. There's a lot of countries where the maximum speed that you can drive is 110. So that's why I'm going to be following with this speed. The battery is calibrating. At the moment, we're pulling about 8 kilowatts in, and this is how much the Sexy app shows us. The car says that we can go 451 kilometers, which is way less than 530. But anyway, the interesting part is that the battery shows us that we have 64.3 kilowatt hours of remaining capacity. This is the usable one. And look at the buffer. I have never seen this big of a buffer in my life. We have 5.6 kilowatt hours. Just for comparison, our old Model 3 Performance has 3.2 kilowatt hour buffer. Our Model Y Juniper Premium has 3.6 kilowatt hour buffer. This one has 5.6. That's the biggest buffer I've seen in my life, which means that almost 10% of your battery is in your buffer. So whenever you reach to 0%, you still have about 10% left. Hey, we're gonna try to drain it all the way. I'm gonna go unplug it just after it's done calibrating, which should be any second. And then we continue our trip. Let's hope we're gonna reach the final destination before the battery dies. All right, this range test is gonna be very, very tough. We have been staying in a massive traffic jam for a long time. Look at this. We've been driving for almost 1 hour, and we only went 63 kilometers. It's crazy. That is crazy. However, we're down to 86% battery, which means we still have a chance. All right, guys, quick update. First, the meter is up. We are finally away from the traffic. We were literally driving 1 hour in a heavy traffic, so yeah. But I just slowed down a little bit so I can record this video. Look how efficient this car is. 129.2 watt hour per kilometer. That's insane. So we lost 30% battery, but we drove 145 kilometers. Technically, if we continue going this way, we're gonna be able to do between 480 to 500 kilometers, which is sick. But it still says that we need 6% more battery to reach our destination, which originally was about 420 kilometers from the charging station. So yeah, the calculation is still not great, but I think we can make it. One thing that we noticed is that, not sure if it's visible for you, this car does not have auto dimming mirrors. Inside the car itself, whenever you go to mirrors, there is a dimming option, but it's only for the rear view mirror right here. However, these ones are not. And some of you might say, it's not a big deal. Trust me, when you experience it, it's a huge deal because everybody's just glaring it straight into your face, and it's freakishly annoying. So we have about 100 kilometers left, which is going to be about 1 hour of travel. But let's not waste any more time. Look at this. Look at this. How are you going to be able to see normally with this stupid mirror? It's insane. Anyway, I'm going to start mumbling, and I'm going to see you in about an hour, the full results. We were able to drive for 422 kilometers for the 5 hour and 17 minute trip. The energy consumption was 140.6 watt hours per kilometer. We still had 1% of battery left, but the full buffer was still available, which means we had almost about 5% extra charge inside the buffer. So clearly this car can go for about 460 kilometers if you drive with around 110 kilometers an hour. Before we plug in and see how the charging curve is going to look like, I want to say my final thoughts about this car, and maybe you can share yours. I would give this car, to be honest, 10 out of 10. I'm not kidding, because a lot of people saying, oh, this is not good, this is not great, but they're forgetting this car costs 10,000 euros more. So if you consider it to the premium model, which costs 10,000 euros more, yes, you can definitely say it's not 10 out of 10. But when you say, hey, it's so much cheaper and you get so much out of it, you get the autopilot, which works great, you get the hardware for cameras, you get the front bumper camera, the ride quality was actually pretty good. I cannot say if it's better than the premium model, but or it's super close, or it's just slightly worse. But for me, it was the same. I didn't feel it much different. So that's why I give it 10 out of 10, because the price is great. It's still the same software that you're gonna get from all the other models. The quality is actually really good, and you get more than any other brand that's gonna offer you for that money. What do you think?
Yeah, actually I agree completely with this statement, and giving the price 10 out of 10 is really the best fit for this car, because it's a good car. It's a good car. It's not like a compromise. There are some compromises, but I believe most of the people will be okay with these compromises. So it's a good car. 10 out of 10 for sure.
Did you hear that, Tesla? Now pay us some money, please. All right, let's plug in the car. All right, 52 so far, 55. Come on, don't die on us. We said so many good words. Please, don't suck. The battery is still not warming up. Yeah, guys, I don't think we're gonna see 175, unfortunately. But anyway, we need to remember that we started charging at 9:08. Let's charge up to 80%. Come on, if we hit 175, free sexy button for everybody.
In the next 2 minutes.
I'm gonna get fired. Maybe we're gonna see it.
Actually, yeah. Okay, in the next 30 seconds.
The battery is at 20.5. I think that was the maximum. Yeah, it started to drop down. Very unfortunate we didn't have enough juice to preheat the battery, but what can you do? Anyway, at least this is going to be a very realistic scenario, because a lot of you are going to be like, oh, but I don't have the sexy buttons. How can I preheat the battery when I don't have enough juice? Because your car actually stops preheating the battery if I believe you are under 10% state of charge. We know now the peak was 150. It couldn't keep it up, and the battery is still very cold, 23 degrees. Only 4 degrees has raised in 2 minutes of charging. That's because it only has a rear motor. Yeah. I just realized. If it has a front motor, it will be quicker. That's why.
You can see the battery inlet temperature. Battery inlet 40 degrees. So
40, and what about the motor?
It's on 57.
I'm pretty sure that the other models, especially the older ones, they get up to like 70.
Yeah.
All right, we gained 10% in 3 minutes. Not great, not terrible. Since it's gonna be boring just to sit like this, I'm gonna hold the camera and we're gonna fast forward it for you guys.
don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally
And there you have it,
make a move. I think
26 minutes, 80% state of charge. Not so fast, but it's still good. Most people anyway are going to be charging to 80% anyway. I think it's pretty decent. What do you think?
Yeah, it's okay.
That will be the video. It's a super long and boring video. If you made it to the end, go down to the comments and say I made it to the end, and we're definitely gonna send you a special emoji to thank you for that, because guys, it was hard for us to record it. It's probably going to be hard for you to watch it too, so we totally understand. But thank you guys for watching it. Thank you, Tesla, for making this amazing car. I cannot wait for us to see what else we're gonna do for it. Say bye, Dimitar.
Bye guys.
See you soon.